Tzu Chi volunteers in China visit aid recipients to prepare for the 2017 winter aid distributions. Taiwan's EPA investigates how an oil spill in Green Island could be caused by a ship dumping waste oil illegally. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in China. Tzu Chi volunteers from different parts of China have begun preparations for year-end winter aid distributions. Recently, volunteers headed to Shandong's Linyi to conduct a preliminary assessment for over 500 families. Besides bringing them love and care, volunteers also noted their living conditions to better understand what they can do to meet the needs of each family. Let's join them there.
Tzu Chi held its first winter aid distribution in Shandong's Linyi after a typhoon struck this area in 2012. Later, the seeds of bodhisattva started to grow and sprout throughout Linyi, with veteran volunteers from eastern China leading local volunteers to conduct care visits and organize aid distributions. Volunteers have to visit a total of 504 families as their preliminary assessments for this year's winter aid distribution.
好吃不好吃啊？最好吃。最好吃啊！哎呀，可好吃了，好吃就吃哈，最好吃的就吃。我过一个幸福的晚年。祝福你，我两手祝福你。
This elderly woman asks volunteers to visit her more often, which is an especially moving message to all of the volunteers on site. To help them remember this, volunteers note it down carefully in their notebook.
Each person in this Tzu Chi group has his or her function. If you have money, then you can use money to help the needy. But if you don't have money, then you can do recycling or any other things to help those in need. The sutras are a path. This path is a road for us to walk on, so we must act on our beliefs to walk the bodhisattva path.
祝福爷爷无量寿福，永远健康快乐。
天天快乐。
47了哈，人家哈，奶奶，你奶奶你是最棒的。
我们冬天再来看你哈。
Also in China, as we reported previously, Tzu Chi volunteers have helped a girl with cerebral palsy in Laiyan County undergo a surgery in Beijing. As the surgery appears to be a success, the girl Han Hongying was discharged from the hospital at the end of April. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers and her relatives have celebrated the occasion for her.
Han Hongying, who went to Beijing to undergo brain surgery, is happy to check out of the hospital.
I want to give a hug to my dad, brother, and sister. I miss them so much.
Tzu Chi volunteers prepare a van driving her back to her home in Laiyan County. As soon as they arrived, Han's father and sister happily welcomed her home. See many relatives and neighbors surrounding her. Han has endless thanks to express.
Thank you everyone for coming here to see me. I am very delighted.
The Han family provides rice cakes and delicious cuisines for celebration, bringing a lively festive atmosphere.
We normally eat rice cakes on festive days. For example, when we celebrate a baby's full month or someone's birthday, we usually eat this kind of rice cakes.
Now that Han has undergone a successful surgery, her mother can finally let go of some of her worries as the family celebrates this occasion.
In the Philippines, Tzu Chi recently held a large-scale rice distribution at the Tzu Chi Great Love campus. More than 1,600 underprivileged families received assistance at this event. The bags of rice given out by Tzu Chi not only could fill the stomachs of these residents, but they also allowed them to save on daily expenses. For some of the aid recipients, this means they now have the money to treat their illnesses or pay for children's tuitions.
In Manila, over 1,600 families are waiting patiently outside the Tzu Chi Great Love campus. They all look forward to receiving a big bag of rice, but Tzu Chi wants to give them more.
In sign language.
I'd like to ask everyone, do you think the Earth needs human beings to live? You may say yes, but actually the Earth doesn't need us. It's we humans rely on the Earth to live.
Through videos, volunteers promote environmental protection to the audience, which also helps to purify their minds. Meanwhile, these rice recipients put the 20 kilograms of rice on their shoulders and return home with joy.
I really feel thankful to Tzu Chi. The rice is a big help to us.
This husband and wife pair both suffer from life-threatening disease, as the husband is troubled by Parkinson's disease and the wife has to undergo dialysis due to diabetes.
Oo, nawawan na ako kasi ako lang. Paano yun? Sabi kong gano'n. Noon nga sabi ng doktor.
Sometimes I feel hopeless for everything. The doctor said I need to undergo dialysis, but I cannot take my husband out to do it. So I decided to put the needs of my husband in the first place.
After receiving the rice, this couple can save some daily expenses and use the money to treat the husband's illness. Local volunteers will always be there to accompany them and support them.
Thank you for Tzu Chi Foundation.
In our next report, we'll take a look at how Tzu Chi volunteers help a family in need in Yunlin, Taiwan. Mr. Zhang, a Tzu Chi care recipient in Douliu, is divorced, and his wife left him to take care of the family's 3 daughters. The youngest child is in kindergarten, and the oldest is in 4th grade. Mr. Zhang relies on odd jobs to get by and feed his family. This leaves him little time to clean his home. This has resulted in a very dirty living environment. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers step in to help provide this family with a clean and comfortable living environment.
Tzu Chi mobilized a group of volunteers to come together to clean Mr. Zhang's home. In addition to clearing out a lot of garbage, this toilet was desperately in need of cleaning. Volunteers rolled up their sleeves to clean this toilet. Mr. Zhang does odd jobs to single-handedly raise his 3 girls, which range from kindergarten to primary school. Their home is quite dirty and hard to keep clean. With the help of Tzu Chi volunteers, these children are taught how to keep their home clean and live independently.
You need to scrub the inside like this, do it many times, and do it every day when it is dirty. When your father comes back, he'll say that it's great, you have done a terrific job.
In the course of doing this work, we are also teaching children how to clean up their home.
洗完之后觉得好干净。
感謝送一個書姐係上嚟搞幫忙嘅，真感謝。
Amongst the ranks of volunteers working today, there were a few Tzu Jings helping out.
Regarding joining this type of activity, I hope that more young people can know about this, as there is many overlooked part of our society.
This overall home environment is now more uplifting and refreshing, as we hope the health of everyone in this family can improve.
Cleaning up their home brings new life to the Zhang family.
Next, we'll bring you the first part of a series of reports that concern our environment. On March 10th, Green Island became polluted with 5,884 kilograms of oil waste. The EPA suspects that a Cyprus registered ship is the suspect. The estimated cleanup and ecological loss approaches $90,000. In addition, the Fisheries Agency has yet to calculate the cost of rehabilitating marine life, saying it could be another $27,000. Whether Taiwan can successfully make this ship pay for its damage to the environment is an issue that concerns everyone.
These workers are using this non-permeable material on the beach to prepare a sort of collecting pit to clean up this beach.
The bottom is non-permeable material to prevent and contain the oil, and the upper are comprised of burlap bags, as we have made 3 different layers to collect this oil.
EPA staff on this Green Island beach use a high-pressure spray to clean these rocks as they later turn their attention to the beach. March 9th, a Green Island diving instructor accidentally filmed a giant python-like oil spill on the seabed floor, which shocked him.
It looked like a monster or an alien, as other diving instructors inspected the north coast and found similar traces there. Originally, it was just the seabed, but now the north and the east of the coast all have the oil pollution.
Because of the strong northeastern monsoon winds, this oil was broken up and then drifted to shore, where in the intertidal zone it caused more serious damage.
Where did this oil come from? According to the EPA, a ship passing through the waters near Green Island could have dumped this waste oil, with the current bringing it to these beaches.
At present, we have a ship that we suspect and will undertake follow-up action to track this case.
It's not only the seabed, but also the shore from Green Island Lighthouse to Youzi, an estimated 7.2 kilometers of area, which is equivalent to 1/3 of Green Island's coastline, which is covered in this massive oil spill.
Upon coming here, we found that many of these reefs are covered with a lot of oil, and it is quite sticky and difficult to remove, as we decided to start working immediately.
Green Island's oil spill affected 1/3 of Green Island's coastline. We can see a lot of people cleaning the shore and stepping up the pace of work.
In this coral reef area, the cleaners first use spoons to scrape heavy oil sludge. Although the oil is sticky and difficult to clear away, using high-pressure water to clean the reef. After 7 days of work, the situation gradually came under control.
The EPA sent some divers out from a lighthouse going in 100 meters each way at a depth of 10 meters and found out this art of coral reefs wasn't subject to oil pollution, which is quite fortunate.
Experts believe that this oil spill on Green Island is due to a ship dumping waste oil, not paying the cost of disposing such waste in the harbor. The EPA is continuing to pursue this case to prevent similar incidents from happening again.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Lesotho recently held a training session attended by 40 volunteers. Local volunteers have organized all the lectures and planned a venue setup. In addition, they explained a number of Buddhist terms during the lectures. Let's take a look.
Namo. Chanting the Buddha's name as they walk into the classroom, these volunteers attending a training session held by Tzu Chi volunteers in Lesotho.
感恩 感恩，尊重，爱，爱。
All the lectures and venue setup were planned by local volunteers. They explained the meaning of 5 poisons mentioned in Buddhist sutras in Suttu. In addition, they've composed a song used in group activities.
Meaning, who is the owner of Tzu Chi? That means Kiaka, Kia How, Kia Ona. It belongs to me, it belongs to you, it belongs to all of our people.
Helping people will bring a lot of blessings into my life. I so wish that we could just do this seminar like every day so that we can change the country in Africa.
The day's event was well organized and full of Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit.
Seeing how mindful the volunteers are, we should learn from them and cultivate our wisdom.
Despite being far away from Taiwan, the volunteers in Lesotho have seized the occasion to learn and grow spiritually.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia recently held a free clinic in Medan of the North Sumatra province for over 500 local residents. In addition to providing them with free eye examination services, volunteers also offer tuberculosis checkups. Let's take a look.
22-year-old Ismayatri suffers from tuberculosis, leading her sudden weight loss of 9 kilograms in just 4 months.
Gejalanya batuk, lemas.
In the beginning, I kept coughing and I became very weak. Especially at night, I might feel cold and keep sweating. I didn't know what caused this, so I didn't go to a doctor either.
Medan Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia provide free health examinations for TB sufferers or those who are suspected to be infected. To further provide them with their surgery at the free clinic next month, volunteers also offer a preliminary checkup for those with eye problems.
Karena masyarakat di Siantar ini banyak.
Many people on site are over the age of 50. They didn't know that they would have the chance to cure their cataract and regain their vision. Through this health exam, we hope to help them restore their vision.
We hope they can continue to hold free clinics here, making it not only a yearly event, but also a regular and frequent one.
These police commissioners' expectations also guarantee that as long as Tzu Chi hosts the free medical outreach, police officers will always be there to help and put everyone at ease.
In the aftermath of floods in Ecuador, Tzu Chi volunteers continue the Work for Relief program in Santa Ana. We'll follow along the progress of Work for Relief participants over the course of 3 days. On the 4th day of the program, about 1,500 people have participated in the program, including 5 Taiwanese businessmen.
Cleaning the mud from Santa Ana's streets and households requires the help of everyone. 5 businessmen from Taiwan have joined the volunteers, and the flood victims' gratitude and perseverance has touched them. After 4 days, one sees the effects of the cleaning effort. In a few places, the cleaning work is almost done. Since the government has also dispatched heavy equipment to help, the mud has almost been cleaned away.
I have a child. I'm a single mother. I have been separated from my children for 2 years, and our economic situation is not good. In the beginning, I was studying, but then my stepfather had an accident and could not continue working. My brother and I are the only ones who can work to support our family.
This heavy equipment is sent by the municipality. It is help from the municipality. For me, this is a great help because this way I can continue with my studies. I spend $5 every day traveling to and from school. I'm in my 3rd semester studying nursing. A nursing student needs to know how to deal with his own emotions because a nurse is the person that deals with a sick person when they are sent to the hospital. You need to know what to do so you won't hurt the patient's feelings. You need to empathize with them. Before Tzu Chi Foundation came here, this place was like a desert, but now it looks like a garden. It is more beautiful now.
After cleaning up the mud, a team in collaboration with the city's fire department have washed the streets of Santa Ana.
We are workers. We do not give up. We are grateful to the Tzu Chi Foundation. This is a great help that they are giving us so we can get back on our feet. Santa Ana is going to recover because of the help that the Tzu Chi Foundation is giving us.
In Ecuador, on the 5th day of Tzu Chi's Work for Relief program in Santa Ana, volunteers from the U.S., Argentina, Canada, and Guatemala have gathered to offer their support. After the Work for Relief staff helped clean up a high school for 4 days, they deeply impressed the teachers there. Let's join them.
You've worked hard after the earthquake last year and the flood.
This is the first time I join an international relief mission with volunteers from many other countries. I'm deeply touched.
For 4 consecutive days, Work for Relief program participants kept cleaning the mud and debris at Santa Ana High School.
We have an athletic field where the mud is as thick as 25 centimeters. Meanwhile, in the bathrooms, the mud is as thick as 40 centimeters.
The mud is about 15 centimeters thick. We cut it down so it's easier to remove. Here, it becomes more difficult because the mud is soft.
We are already 8 days late because we were supposed to start school last Monday. We plan to spend a month for the teachers and students to clean up the debris. The speed of cleaning is much faster now that the Tzu Chi Foundation is helping us. We should be able to start classes on May 2nd.
We encourage our students, teachers, and parents to gather tomorrow. They should put on their boots and gloves and join the effort.
The people of Ecuador are like our own family. They've united since Tzu Chi volunteers came here. They've cleaned their homes and the school. They even motivated the teachers. When they desperately need comfort and companionship, we are here.
In Ecuador, on the 6th day of Tzu Chi's Work for Relief program in Santa Ana, Tzu Chi volunteers also started cleaning Piloy in Puerto Viejo. The Work for Relief program there was participated by 752 local residents. Since a large local population of seniors, the volunteers' help is desperately needed. Let's take a look.
Aquí somos 1,746 habitantes.
We have 1,746 inhabitants here, 29 of whom are disabled, and they didn't receive any help. They were already there cleaning one of the houses. We can see how they are taking everything out of the house. Look at how the house was suspended with cane sticks, since it's a house that shakes a lot. You should have seen after the earthquake how the houses fell. 17 people used to live here. After the flood, they moved over there.
We all live in these tents and we fled from there when the water started coming in. These mattresses that we have over here are for sleeping.
There are a lot of children in this house. Our community has a large percentage of people over 65 who can no longer do any cleaning. They are also seniors with serious illnesses. Thanks to the foundation, we're managing to clean up what the flood left behind. They come to help you. They don't just give you $15 in aid. No, they give you $15 in aid so that you may be employed in cleaning your own house. Work for Relief program not only revives the economy, it also helps the people here.
It's good how they came to help us. It feels good that they come from the other side of the world to help us.
In Kaohsiung, Shilong Elementary School recently held an event for its students to experience what it feels like to be physically disabled. Relying on crutches and pushing wheelchairs, the students get to understand the inconvenience endured by the physically challenged. We'll leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.